we're just disappointed that we're not taking any points back with us. We'll avoid. I won't go on about the decision. I'll let you talk about that, which has a big impact on the game. I think everybody knows that. So I'll talk about our performance in terms of what we've done. A good first half, really pleasing in terms of the way we play football against a team that are renowned for playing football. And I don't think I'm kidding myself or anybody that we outplayed them and passed the ball better than them and defended better than them. Scored more goals than them in the first half, and so that's part of everything that we're building on from the second half at Forest Green last week, and from what we're seeing and being more solid. Okay, so we're going to the second half, and it's disappointing because it was all about us performing for the full 90 minutes, and we know we're going to get something back from Gateshead, but in terms of the second half, we didn't pass the ball anywhere near well enough. We never won enough ball to be in control of the game, and so to see that and get that 45, and it does change. And Gateshead are a decent team with some confidence, and they've got 4 wins, and on the back of a season in which they've won games, so they have players who are at that level of confidence, with that level of knowledge in this league, and we're coming in with some young players who've shown some growth and shown some progression, and today has highlighted some positions where we've found the answer. And, there's some extra key bits, and it also highlights where there's still some weaknesses. And that little inability to close out games and win games. So we've learned something more about them. We're very frustrated, for the lads, in terms of we feel like we should be picking up more. But, in terms of we knew where this 6 games was, in terms of when we had a look at it. And we knew that after this 6 games, we had a look at everybody and seen some partnerships. And we're a lot clearer where we are now for what we believe is a really important 7 games in terms of September, with some home games, and some games that we feel like we should be winning. So it sets us up for that, and we don't. We're not happy by any means, with the results in terms of points. But I think you watch enough games to know there's some progress there, and it needs to last longer within games to be able to take something from it, and that needs to happen.
I know you won't want to dwell on it, but the penalty decision was important because Gateshead had a lot of pressure. They couldn't quite find a way through. Do you think it changed the game slightly? It took the pressure off them a little bit.
God, it just is, isn't it? It just is. It's not even something that anybody in the stadium has to argue. Even the referee, I think knows. And it was some inconsistency in the first half. We had a booking for Hobson challenge, and straight after their lad didn't get. And you're not in a position where you can go and criticise referees now and go on to, and that's right, and I respect that, and that's how it should be. And so you have a word with the 4th official, and he just, when it comes in, everybody in the place knows it's not a penalty. They're that desperate because they're probing and they can't get a goal that they're all jumping up, and they don't even believe that they're going to get a penalty. Even the lad who's at the back post doesn't believe it's going to be a penalty, and the ref just walks over, and it's like, hey, you all saw it. What is going on? We travel a long way, and our fans do. Hey, for that to happen, hey, it's a part of the game. But it had some pressure building up to it, which we shouldn't have allowed. We shouldn't have allowed that. We should have been better on the ball. And then when that happens, hey, you should see it out and go back with a point. So there are elements of the game that we need to deal with and sort out. And we'll try and cling on to some of the positives that we got in terms of our play and our progression and our first half performance.
Yeah. With 3 changes today, John Moores not back in goal, Ben Hennigan into defence, and Jaden Hall came in as well. What are your thoughts on those 3 lads?
Yeah, John Worsnett was outstanding, wasn't he? He was absolutely outstanding, and so that's a massive plus. And we knew when we brought him into the club, and we just ended up with, Freddie comes into the team, and they were even. They were so even in pre-season that it caused us a problem, but we didn't actually have any doubts, and yet I think it's really pleasing, for him in terms of confidence. I'm pleasing that the fans, and there's an element of the fans that I think knew him as a young, we hear that and around that knew him as a young keeper here and weren't so sure about him, and I hope that answers a lot of the questions for him. Ben Hennigan's a plus as well. He picked a knock up early on in the first half, in terms of just like a stamp, but that partnership him and Kate was good, I feel, and he's young. he's confident, and yeah, he was pleased. And Jaden Hall did a great job for us here in the first half. You know, he's got some pace and he's explosive, and it gives us that different element. He was really disciplined down that left-hand side, and that's what we needed to play today. The gaffer wanted to really press and go up against them 4-3-3 and just go match them, and we matched them and we're better than them in the first half. Ideally, we'll be in a position where we would hope to exploit more of him down those central areas where he scored a lot of goals pre-season, and he looks like he might be able to make that jump up from under 21 football into real football.
And then just finally, next up is a game with Macclesfield, home game. Fair to say the first two home games have been disappointing from your perspective. I think it's time to go out and show what you can do in front of your home fans.
You've been nice on us, disappointing. They've been devastating for us, the first two home games. That one, to have to stand out there and and face that, and two decent teams, and they've gone on to prove that, but nowhere near the performances that we showed on the road, and so that's hard, because I think people who've come and watched us away can actually go, hey, there's something going on, and there's some evolution, and there's some development, and there's some signs of progress, and there's some makings of a team there. They might actually be doing some work on a training ground. I think people who come and watch us away from home, for the two home games, yeah, and it's a big month for us. We've known that, and the targets that we set for the first month had that in mind. Yeah, we come to every game to believing we can win, but we've been realistic about stuff and where we are as a club. But hey, believe us, the targets we set for this month are significant, and we expect to pick up points this month, and that's the pressure we put on people now and on ourselves. By the end of September, we expect to be in a good position within this table, where we've got some breathing space and we're not in the position that they were in this time last year. That's where we want to be at the end of September. Okay,
and then just last word, transfer deadline is Monday. Are you expecting any business in or out?
I think that's been played out. We know that and it's okay, because actually, we'd always like some more money. Every single manager in the country wants a little bit more money for players. The board are good with us. The work, and they've told us the budget, and they try and work and see if there's little bits of stuff to do. Some of the stuff was frustrating. We hit some blockages on some stuff, but that's going to be us always trying to push and trying to improve things on the pitch and see if we can find ways to make things happen. We've been able to bring Jaden and do something with Ben, which on today's performance looks like it might be decent business. There's a little bit of money there. It's not loads, but I would think it's unlikely that we get anything done today. I think the gaffer likes a lie-in on a Sunday, a bit of Sunday lunch, so I'm not sure we'll have anything done by Monday. Right.